Dear students, today we are going to study rubbers and biodegradable polymers. So this is the last topic in this lesson. Yesterday we completed addition polymers and condensation polymers. Two more condensation polymers are going to be discussed. First one, formaldehyde melamine or melamine formaldehyde resin. So this is a condensation polymer. So the reaction will be condensation reaction. The monomers are melamine as well as formaldehyde. These two monomers will undergo condensation reaction, and finally we get polymer formaldehyde melamine resin or polymer. So one more condensation polymer is urea formaldehyde polymer. The monomers are formaldehyde and urea. So due to condensation reaction, that means condensation polymerization, finally we get urea formaldehyde polymer. With this, condensation polymer over. Next, two more questions. What is copolymer? Consider polythene molecule. So what will be the monomer? Ethylene molecule. So same ethylene molecule will undergo polymerization reaction. It produces polyethylene or polythene. So that is called a homopolymer. If a polymer is formed by only one type of monomer, we call it as a homopolymer. Next one, if a polymer is formed by more than one type of monomer, we call the polymer as copolymers. So the definition is a polymer containing two or more different kinds of monomer units. We call the polymer as copolymer. Many examples are there. We can take Buna S as an example. So Buna S is a synthetic Buna rubber. Simply we call them as SBR. So this is an example of copolymer. Next, rubber. So rubber is a natural polymer. Naturally occurring polymer is rubber. We know that rubber is obtained from the latex. So latex solution is obtained from the rubber tree, and which will be made as a natural rubber. One more question, what is the monomer in the natural rubber? Because it is a naturally occurring polymer, so the monomer is isoprene. Isoprene molecule is the monomer. Due to polymerization it becomes rubber, right? So isoprene, UPOC name 2-methyl buta 1,3-diene. This will undergo polymerization, it becomes rubber. So the rubber is cis polyisoprene. When we observe the property of natural rubber, which is not strong as well as elastic, so cannot be used for many purposes. So natural rubber will be made as a hard and elastic by vulcanization process. A book back and important question. What is vulcanization process? How will you do that? So natural rubber will be modified by the process called vulcanization. So in vulcanization process, between the layers, between the polymer layers or the chain, there will be a bridge. Disulfide bridge or link will be formed. So this is called a cross linking of rubber. So first, this vulcanization process was introduced by the scientist Charles Goodyear in the year 1839. So accidentally he mixed natural rubber with the sulfur on a hot stove. It becomes hard and elastic in nature. So by accident he prepared a hard rubber. So the process will be called as vulcanization process. Vulcanization is the heating of rubber with the sulfur, and it becomes hard and it can be stretched, elastic in nature. So based on the sulfur content, the property of rubber will be changed. So after vulcanization process, how much sulfur is added, based on that the property will be different. So usually 3 to 5% sulfur will be heated with natural rubber at 100 to 150 degrees Celsius. So we call the process as vulcanization process. So during this process, as I told already, between the polymer chains, the polymer is what? Natural rubber is nothing but cis polyisoprene. Cis 1 for polyisoprene. Between the chains, there will be disulfide bridge. This happens during vulcanization process. So natural rubber becomes hard in nature. So we can add a different content of sulfur. When we add 1 to 3% of sulfur with natural rubber during heating process, the rubber will be soft and stretchy. At the same time, 3 to 10% of sulfur will be added. It becomes hard and can be flexible also. So the process will be called as vulcanization process. Next, we move into the another concept, synthetic rubber. Natural rubber and its vulcanization process over, we can prepare a rubber like material in the laboratory also. So we call them as synthetic rubbers. Right? So monomers during the preparation of synthetic rubber will be 1,3-butadiene or buta-1,3-diene. This will be used in most of the synthetic rubber preparations. First preparation, neoprene. So neoprene is a synthetic rubber. The monomer is 2-chloro-buta-1,3-diene. Simply we call this as chloroprene. Monomer is chloroprene and its UPOC name is 2-chloro-buta-1,3-diene. And the mechanism will be free radical mechanism. During this polymerization reaction, the mechanism will be free radical mechanism. Finally, we get a synthetic rubber. That means a polymer. We call it as neoprene. It is obtained from chloroprene. So this is called neoprene. And this neoprene is superior to rubber, so that easily it won't undergo any chemical reactions. So this neoprene can be used to make containers, chemical containers as well as conveyor belts, so that it will not undergo any chemical reactions. This is the use of neoprene. Next one, Buna-N. So these two synthetic rubbers are important public questions, Buna-S and Buna-N. From the name Buna-N, Bu represents buta-1,3-diene because we are going to use a monomer buta-1,3-diene. First two letters Bu represents monomer buta-1,3-diene. Second remaining two letters Na represents sodium because this process will take place in the presence of sodium. And N, we are going to use acrylonitrile as the monomer. So Buna-N is prepared using buta-1,3-diene and acrylonitrile. Another common name for acrylonitrile is what? Vinyl cyanide. And we get the synthetic rubber Buna-N. And Buna-N is used for manufacturing hose as well as tank linings. And this is a repeated public question. How will you prepare Buna-S? So first two letters indicate we are going to use a monomer buta-1,3-diene. The reaction will be taking place in the presence of sodium, and we are going to use another monomer, styrene. So S is represented. So first monomer buta-1,3-diene, second monomer styrene molecule, another common name is vinyl benzene. We heat it. In the presence of sodium, we heat it. We get Buna-S rubber. So this is synthetic Buna rubber. Simply we call it as SBR. And usually we take 3:1 ratio. Buta-1,3-diene and styrene will be taken in 3:1 ratio. So we get Buna-S. So with this, synthetic rubbers over. Next we move into biodegradable polymers. So when we have any object or a substance, it will be decomposed by the microorganisms in the soil. The same is applicable for rubbers also. When we take natural rubbers, it can be easily decomposed by the microorganisms in the environment. But what about synthetic polymers or synthetic rubbers like plastics? And it cannot be easily decomposed. It will take thousands of years. So this is highly harmful to the environment. So we look forward towards the biodegradable polymers, right? So synthetic polymers or synthetic rubbers are not easily decomposed by the microorganisms in the environment. It leads to environmental pollution. So we are going to prepare biodegradable polymers. Even in laboratory, we have to prepare biodegradable polymers. So some of the examples are given here. First one, polyhydroxy butyrate, PHB. Second one, polyhydroxy butyrate copolymer A, hydroxyl valerate, PHBV. Third one, polyglycolic acid, PGA. Fourth one, polylactic acid, PLA. Fifth one, polycaprolactam, PCl. We are going to prepare PHBV. So this is a biodegradable polymer. This can be prepared using the monomers 3-hydroxybutanoic acid and 3-hydroxypentanoic acids. So these two will be the monomers. We do polymerization reaction and there will be an ester linkage between the monomers. An ester linkage will be formed with the liberation of water molecule. So we get PHBV, polyhydroxybutyrate copolymer A, hydroxyl valerate. And the major application of biodegradable polymers, this can be used in medicinal field. So medicine can be sent using these polymers. So when we take medicines using these polymers, the polymer will be decomposed by the enzymes in the human body, or it can be excreted from the body, but the medicine will be utilized. So these polymers are mainly used in medicinal field. So the last equation, so this is another biodegradable polymer, nylon 2, nylon 6. So the monomers are glycine and aminocaproic acid will undergo polymerization reactions. We get biodegradable polymer. So with this, polymers over. So in 15th lesson, this polymer part is very important. Types of polymers, types of polymerization reaction, then preparation of different types of polymers like addition polymers, condensation polymers, then rubbers, biodegradable polymers. All these are important parts. So you have to thorough all this. In public examination, at least one question will come from this polymer part. So revise well. With this 5th 20% portion as well as overall 12th portion over. 15 lessons we have completed. Thank you.